Okay. Once again, good afternoon to all. So in last session, we was discussed about system call. What is system call? How to implement a system call? What are the different types of system calls used in operating systems? And some simple examples. So those are the concepts we was discussed in last session. In today's session, we are going to discussing about system programs. What is system program? Why we are using system programs, and how to implement operating system. So these are the concepts we will try to discuss in this session. Okay, right. First of all, we know what is meant by system program. So in last session, we was discussed whenever we want to access any service with the help of operating system. So with the help of operating system. So for that purpose, we are using some intermediary service, that is the system call. So we are using some program, so that is system call. So that program or that system call is responsible for forwarding our request to that particular service or that particular process. So for that purpose, we are basically using the system call. So now we observe what is meant by system program. So whenever we want to access, or either operating system can provide some convenient environment to accessing such services. For that purpose, we are using the system program. So this system program main purpose is to provide some convenient environment for program development and execution. So that means whenever we want to go for developing any specific program or any specific program execution, for the purpose of implementing some specific service. So for that purpose, we are using the system programs. So these system programs can help to providing some convenient environment to implement any specific applications. So now we observe whatever the several system programs are used to providing the some convenient environment or some user friendly environment for the users. So in this process, such entire task or such entire operating system services or operating system tasks was divided into several parts. Those are file manipulation. So here file manipulation means nothing but to create the file, to delete the file, to open the file, to read the file, to write something into the file. So such all operations can perform with the help of file manipulation. For that purpose, we are using the file manipulation. And status information. So whenever we want to know the status of how much amount of data was stored in our hard disk, how much amount of free memory is available in our hard disk, so such kind of information. So for that purpose, we are using this some status information. So and next one is programming language support. So this system programs can also implement some programming language support environment also. So that means to implement or to use any specific programming language. So for that purpose, the system programs are providing the such environment easily. And program loading and execution also. So with the help of the system program, we can easily load the programs and we can easily execute the such programs. And these system programs is also responsible for providing the proper communications among several devices. And these system programs is also runs the some background services on the operating system. And these system programs can also provide some application programs. Already we know what are the several application programs. So to access any specific application, for that purpose we are using some program or some software. For example, we want to access either MS Office. For that purpose, we are using the MS Office software. So in this way, and the system programs are mostly used for the purpose of to easily and conveniently accessing such operating system, or conveniently using such operating system by the end user or by the normal users. So for that purpose, actually, we was discussed in last session. So to easily interacting with operating system, for that purpose, we are using the system call. So here these system programs will help to easily interact or to easily communicate with the system calls. So for that purpose these system programs can be helped or can be used. So here, so these are the several things can be divided by the system programs. So file manipulation, status information, and programming language support, loading the program and execution, communications, background services, application programs. So these are the several things can be performed by the system programs. So here the system programs can also used for developing the any specific program environment or any specific program and their execution. So for that purpose also we are using this system program. Just now we observed in last session, in last PPT. So but in this process, while we are going to implement or while we are going to providing, that means system program, so while system program was going to providing some convenient environment, some easiest environment or easily interface for developing and executing the any program. So this task is not a simple task. So why? Because to easily providing the user interfaces with these requirements, like to opening a program or to create a program and to execute that particular program, and finally getting some output to displaying such entire that particular output. So these all things can be internally developed for providing the any specific program development and execution. So that's why it's not a simple task. So for that purpose we are using some number of system calls or some number of programs. So that's why which may be some complex. And next one is the file management. So in last session we was discuss these all things. So file manipulation, status information, these all things we will discuss one by one, some more details. So now coming to the file management. So just now we discuss. So here file management or file manipulation means nothing but how to create that particular file, how to delete any unwanted file. If you want to copy some file, some contents of the file from one place to the another place, or if you want to rename any specific file, or if you want to print something, if you want to dump, so that means duplicating something, and if you want to list out what are the total contents of that particular file, and to manipulate any files and directories. So for that purpose we are using the file management program. So this file management system program is responsible for to perform these all things. And next one is the status information. So just now we discussed to for example, if you want to know what is the available memory in our hard disk, or how much amount of memory was filled and how much amount of free memory is available, so for such status, or if you want to know either what is the current system date, current system time, either how many number of users are using, so how many number of users are using that particular system currently. So that for that purpose we are using the status information. For example, you can observe in our PCs either task manager. Wait a second, now I will show it. So here we can observe how many number of users are using this particular PC. So at currently only one person. So only me was using this particular PC. In case this particular device is either server, at that situation number of users, more than one number of user can using the that particular PC. So to know such kind of information, so here we can check what is the CPU percentage currently used. So how much amount of CPU can be used at current, and how much amount of main memory is available, how much amount of disk memory is available, how much network capacity, sorry, what is the speed of network, and GPU, graphical processing unit, how much amount of GPU was loaded at now. So these all things can be displayed. So this kind of status information can be gathered. For that purpose also we are using this some system program. And some system programs is also provide some additional information like how many number of users are logged into that particular system, how many number of users are logging into that particular system, how many number of users was using that particular device for debugging. So such entire information can be provided in this status information. And whenever we are going to check out to print to format any specific program for getting any terminals or any other output devices, to getting some information to the any terminal or any other output devices at that situation, so to implement those related system program is some more difficult. So, for example, if you want to know what is the currently used register memory, or to know what is the configuration information related to that particular device. So, for that purpose also we are using, in rare cases we are using the some system program. So these all are the belongs to the status information, to know some registry information or to know some memory information, to know login info, log details, to know whatever the date, whatever the memory is available. So these are all things purpose. For that purpose we are using the status information. So now coming to the file modifications, while we are going to performing the file modifications at that situation, whatever the several system programs was used. So to performing the modify any specific file. So for that purpose, we need to edit that particular file first of all. For example, there is some text file. If I want to add something to the that particular text file, so
సార్
for
కొంతమంది బయట ఉన్నారండి సార్, అలౌ చేయండి సార్.
ఆటో అడ్మిట్ ఉంది కదా నాన్న, ఏది లేరే, మళ్ళీ ట్రై చేయమనండి.